All right, so look, right, this is not going to be a short video. It's going to be about maybe 5 minutes or so, right? And the reason why I'm telling y'all that is so you don't just click right off, because this video is actually really going to help you. If you don't know nothing about real estate, right? What I'm about to do is I'm about to show you how you can get your first real estate deal done. So again, if you've never done a real estate deal before, I'm going to show you an easy way, a quick way that if you just put the work in, you can get your first deal. You can make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on a deal without using none of your cash or credit, all right, to get this deal done. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all how to do it right now. So just bear with me. I'm gonna share my screen. Here we go. All right, so the first thing you want to do is, right, you want to go to this website. It's called Trulia, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because the first thing you want to do is you want to find out, all right, where are people buying houses at, right? Because you're going to have, first of all, let me tell you what you're doing. So what you're doing is you're going to be looking for equity, and that's what I'm about to show you how to do right now. And if you can find equity, it don't matter if it's residential, whether it's commercial, whether the equity is in residential or commercial, you can put yourself in an equitable position to make money. So it doesn't matter if your credit's not good. It doesn't matter if you don't have any money, because you can establish this equitable interest, or establish this equity by doing a contract with the seller. Once you do that contract, you have what's called an equitable interest, and you can assign that equitable interest to another investor for a profit, right? Or if you want to buy the house yourself and keep it for a rental property for cash flow, you could do that. Or if you want to buy the house yourself and fix it up and flip it for a big profit, you can do that as well. But the first thing you want to do is you want to pick an area. So I just picked Detroit, right? I think Detroit is up and coming, is a good area where you can find some equity at, right? A lot of opportunity there. And the prices aren't that high. So I started there. So the first thing you want to do in Detroit is you want to say, okay, well, where are people buying at? All right, where are investors buying properties? So what you want to do is, first thing you want to do is, again, you go on Trulia, right? And you put in Detroit, Michigan. You see that? Then the next thing you're going to do is, you see it had these tabs, right? It says buy, rent, sold, right? You want to go to sold because you're looking for houses that sold. Again, you want to find out where are people buying houses in Detroit. All right, so once you get there, right, you're gonna go right here where it says any price. All right, and then you want to put in a price range of, say, like, I don't know, you could do 20,000 to, say, I don't know, 100,000, right? All right, now once you do that, right, all right, the reason why you did this is because you're looking for like lower to median income areas. You're going to find more investor activity in those types of areas. All right. And then you can kind of take a look at this map over here, right? Anywhere you see all these bubbles where it's more red dots, that means that's a lot of like sales activity, right? So I'm just going to pick this area right here because I'm seeing a lot of sales activity in these little red dots down here. See this right here? All right, so I'm gonna just look at this house right here. Okay, it's sold for $69,000. The zip code is 48228. Y'all see that? The zip code 48228. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here, right? I'm gonna put in 48228 zip code, right? Put that in. All right, and as you can see, we got a lot of investor activity, right? Well, we just got a lot of activity, a lot of houses being sold all up and down this area, right? So what we're going to do next is, right, we're going to take this, let's say we take this address right here, the first one, y'all see that? It says 6354 Rosemont. I'll make it a little bit bigger. See that? 6354 Rosemont. All right. Then what we're going to do is, right, we're going to take this address, we're going to put it up, we're going to go over to Google Maps, right, 6354 Rosemont. We're going to go over to Google Maps, right, we're going to put in 6354 Rosemont, right, Detroit, Michigan. We're going to put that on our map, all right. And now here it is on our map, right? This is the house right here. As you can see it in the top left-hand corner. But what we want to pay attention to, right, is the map over here on the right, right? So this is the whole area right here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start looking for equity in these areas, right? So here we go, right? So now we're just kind of looking around. You see there's a lot of houses, right? As you can see, all of those squares, see that? Those are the houses. So if you click on, like if you highlight one, the house will pop up. You see that? Right there. All right, so what we're going to do is, right, we're just going to go at this one, Rosemont Avenue. So the next thing you want to do is, right, you want to go to a website. It's called NetR Online. This is it right here. All right, so then once you get to NetR Online, you're going to click on Public Records. All right, once you go to Public Records, you're going to see a map of the country, right? So then you're just going to pick Michigan. right? Once you do that, you got to find the county that Detroit is in. It's in Wayne County, but whatever state you're doing this in, if you don't know the county that the city is in, just Google it. Like, for example, you could put in like, all right, what county is Detroit? What county in Michigan is Detroit in? It'll tell you Wayne County, right? So you go to Wayne County, right? Go ahead. Then once you go there, you're gonna go to the appraiser. See that? It says Wayne Appraiser. Always go to the appraiser site. So you click on that, right? All right. So once you get here, right, what you're going to do is you're going to drop this little arrow down, right? And then you're going to go to property address, right? And then you're just going to put in Rosemont. You're not going to put the physical house address in, you're just going to put the street name in, right? Because our goal is to bring up all of the houses on Rosemont. As you can see, that's what we did, right? So now what you want, let's start at the first address, right? It's 6004 Rosemont. What you're going to do is you're going to click here, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through all of these properties, right? Just down the list. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to all of the owners that are absentee owners, people who own the house and they don't live in it. The way you're going to know that is like this, right? So if you see at the top, it says parcel details, then it's got 6004 Rosemont. That's the actual house address. Then it tells you who the owner is. See that? Virginia Salgado. Then it gives you her address, right? Now, this person is not an absentee owner, right? You want to go after absentee owners for three reasons, right? One, if the house, if it's an absentee owner, that means the person who owns the house, they don't live in it, right? So if they don't live in it, that means the house could be vacant. And if it's vacant, they could be, paying property taxes, losing money. The house could be deteriorating, or they could not be paying their property taxes, right? And they could be in jeopardy of losing the house to tax sale, right? Or they could have a tenant in the property. Remember, because they don't live in it, they can have a tenant in the property who's just tearing up the property, not paying the rent, and it might lead them to want to, sell the house. And what you're looking for is, again, we're looking for equity, but we want to find, absentee own. I mean, I'm sorry, we want to find motivated sellers, right? So what I just explained to y'all, like the scenarios revolving around an absentee owner, can lead to the seller to be a motivated seller, right? So let me go back, right? So if I go back, because that one wasn't an absentee owner, right? So we're just gonna pick, let's see, we'll just pick, I'm just gonna pick, let's see, this person right here. All right, same thing. This is not an absentee owner, all right? So you just gotta keep looking. You just keep going through the list, right? And we'll find one. Again, you just gotta, like I said, you gotta put the work in, right? So let's just see, I don't know. I'm gonna go to the next page. Is that another page? Yeah, let's go. I will say 1 out of 50. So it might not be another page, but let me see. And then what you do is, right, after you do this, you just go over to the next street on the map. So, like, all right, here's a good one. Here's a perfect one right here. All right, so check this out. The property address is 422 Macomb, right? And then the owner is Robert Posen, right? But their address is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So this is great because not only is this an absentee owner, but it's an out-of-state absentee owner. So that means that they own a house in Michigan, but they live in Oklahoma. So imagine all the scenarios are, revolving around why they could be a motivated seller, and then add on top, what I'm saying, that they in a whole nother state. So, you just got to become skilled, right, at finding equity. And I'm telling you, if you're watching this video and you've never done a real estate before, I promise you, follow these steps. You can send a letter. I send out postcards. I can show you some of mine look like in my office if I could find one. Can't anyway. So you could, pick up the phone. You can go on like skip tracing websites like True People Search, try to get their phone numbers, or you could like, send them a postcard or a letter. Hey, my name is, Mark Witten. I pay cash for houses, any area, any situation, any condition, something like that. Put your number on there, and the whole goal is for them to call you back, right? So that way you can, analyze the deal and make an offer on the property so you can get it under contract or do a contract with that seller and establish an equitable interest well below market value, right? So if you're doing this without knowing your cash or credit, you can find another investor that you can assign that contract to. Again, if you want to buy it for yourself for cash flow and rent it out, you can do that. Or if you want to buy it and fix it up and flip it, you can do that as well. So just pick somewhere. You could be in your own backyard. start, you may do some research on another area somewhere around the country and just follow this process. There's a free, easy way for you to be able to get your first deal. If you need more information, just reach out to me and we can go from there. But look, after you do this street, you just go back to Google Maps, right? And then you just pick another street in the area, right? Because we know that people are buying houses in this area. All right. So I hope this video was informative. I hope you go out here and do it, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.